And his team's run through the finish line of the season, Grant. There must be a certain amount of reflection happening.
For teams that are out of it, they might start that process now. But who has time for that if you're playoffs bound?
Now the starting group for the visitors. Back to Bradley. Arizona moving it around. 5 on the clock. Oh, and he missed the J after tricking the D with a nifty pass fake. Takes a step back. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Just knifing his way to the rim.
He looked practically unstoppable on that play. Fades and shoots. The bank shot, no good. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him what his thoughts were on Cade Cunningham, and he said Cade is extremely talented. He's got great size. He plays under control. He's one of those guys that makes his teammates better. It's easy to see why he initiates so much of their offense. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Oh, they pick off the pass. And that one is hammered home.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
Here's Bradley. In his last outing, he had 11 points.
3 attempts from the field with nothing to show for it, but they should settle in soon.
4-3. Rebounded by Arizona.
And in that one, the bench came to play. Gave the team a bunch of points and energy to put them over the top.
Well, the bench changed the game. What a shot in the arm to this offense. That second unit was incredible.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. To the inside. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
And now this offense feels like they can just do whatever they want.
And so Mark Dagnall will call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And let's check in on the rookies making an impact with their passing. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. To get back on track, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
At last, their cold streak is over. They finally found something that worked.
Yeah, it took a few trips. Now let's see if that can get them going.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. 7 points in the game.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Well, Tim, you talk about an NBA physique. Jalen Duren is absolutely shredded.
Yeah, and he defies gravity too, B.A. What I like is he understands his game. He doesn't get outside of himself. He focuses on running the floor and then getting eye level with the rim.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
With the 10-footer, the shot misses. Fires the three, hits a three-pointer.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
Arizona moving it around. Clock at 6. The three. No luck on that one.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter. Just cannot get one to go.
And there's the screen. The three. Knocks down the triple.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
To stop the run, he drops it from range.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a three, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
It's stolen away. And he lobs it up to the rim. And they're on the break. Fires it. Bradley grabs the board. Arizona shooting just 22% in the early stages of this one. To the paint. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
Yeah, when you string triples together, it adds up quickly.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. It might not always show up on the stat sheet, but Lou Dort is one of the most feared defenders around, Legs.
Well, he's built like a middle linebacker, and he brings a high level of physicality. B.A., there's a reason he's earned the nickname the Dorture Chamber.
A moment here to see the numbers for him.
And by looking at his true shooting percentage over the last 5 games, you can see how much he's paying attention to his shot selection, and it's showing.
Pass to Bradley. The three is up. Hits the trifecta. Give him 8.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Puts up a 3. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Beyond the arc. That shot off the mark. And a chance to add to the lead here.
Yeah, B.A., they should really stick with what they've been doing.
Here's the pick. Shot clock at 5. Misfires there. 4 for 6 in the game now. Arizona shooting 33% in the first quarter. Inside. On the wing, Bradley. Arizona needs to get off a shot. It's blocked. And he lobs it up top. And they recover it. Second chance shot. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And excellent perimeter offense so far. Their shooters are clearly in a great rhythm.
To the middle. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you. Chet Holmgren talked about how he succeeds in spite of his slender frame. He said, "You can't be afraid of contact. I'll continue to use my strengths out there, my length, being slippery, playing hard, and try to get better at my weaknesses too throughout my career. That will leave me in a good spot." Back to you, BA.
The sky is the limit for him. All right, Allie, thank you. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Arizona shooting their first free throw of the night.
One shot.
They set the pick. On target from range. 6 points for him.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Here's Gay. Pass to Nelson. Lets it fly. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
Out to the wing. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Man, good whistle there.
That one misses. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missed them both.
Rare sight. How often does he fail to capitalize at the line?
Into the lane. That one falls.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Down low. It's tipped. They set the screen. Fires from deep. It's not going to go for him.
You really need to take advantage of those looks because the defense won't give you many of them.
We've got 1:48 left in the first. Drains the triple. 9 points in the game.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
Inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
To the inside. Very buries it down low.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
Here's Gay. No points yet. There's 49 seconds left in the opening quarter. Takes the three, gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Well, taking full advantage of a defensive weakness there, and it certainly helps if you get shots that your guys can knock down.
Fader on the way. That one goes. Count it.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
Takes a three. The shot that time not on target. "17-foot shot on the way." Yep, that one's good.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, when you have the lead, ball security is everything. Just focus on each trip up the floor.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Up by 16. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Yeah, showing grit on the glass is a good way to gain an advantage. They controlled the boards in the first.
They clearly wanted to be the more physical team, and they are setting the tone that way. I love the work.
Shooting 65%. Their offense has been on another level. Legs, you look at Jalen Williams coming out of college. Early doubts about his athletic ceiling proving unfounded.
No question about it. There were limitations placed on him as an athlete because he's got a fairly unique build if you think about it. Really long arms and barrel-chested, but his agility really opening eyes.
Well, you can never underestimate the heart, and he plays with a lot of it.
Absolutely.
Here's Gay. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And he misses his first shot of the game. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Out of bounds. It'll be Arizona's ball. This break gives us a chance to look back on the last month and see which teams racked up the most points in transition.
This team has been playing at a fast pace offensively, and it's worked out for them during this last month.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. There's the triple. He hits it. His fourth make in 10 tries.
He's picking up right where he left off from beyond the arc this quarter.
Rebounded by Arizona. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Oh, got that one up quick. He's got 13.
Oh, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
Spins. Converts after the nice spin.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
It's good. He's 6 for 12 from the floor. Gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Off target at the rim.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
The lead now cut to single digits.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
An 8-point differential. Legs, when you're watching a young team play, what are the things you're looking for?
Well, look, a lot of teams have young players who are focused on making a name for themselves, but I like to see unselfishness. Those guys who can play with a team-first winning mindset, those are the guys that you keep long-term.
Play D, do the dirty work, stay in the rotation.
About sums it up.
The first one falls. So both teams changing it up here. That one falls, so he hits both of them. All right, Tim, you've covered the NBA for a long time now. What's one thing you wish you could change about how we cover the game?
Well, I think there's a temptation to boil it down to hot takes, and I'd much rather see us cover the appreciation that we all have for the nuances of the actual basketball.
Game has never been more skilled than it is right now.
Totally agree.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's the three. That shot is off.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Six to shoot. Over to the wing. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Can't hit it. He's 0 for 2 now. For Arizona, they've gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Lets it go from deep. Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. And while we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for him.
You know, a trend like this isn't going to please the coach or the front office. He's been a little more focused on other parts of his game, and rebounding is something he needs to put more emphasis on. And I'm sure they've talked to him about it.
There's the three. And he misses the shot again. Only 2 of 7 in this one.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for him with his shooting. Fortunately, the rest of the team has picked him up, and they have the lead.
Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
From outside the arc. No good. 3 for 7 shooting so far.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
And they call an illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
For Arizona, they've gone 5 of 10 in the second quarter. This one for 3. Shot is off. Shooting 7 for 15. Gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. Got it. Good job in the low post. 12 points for him.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Launches a 3. That one doesn't drop.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Shot's no good. Made 4, he's missed 4 now. Here's Bradley. He's scoreless. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 is up. No good, and that makes him 0 for 3. From downtown, and he gets it to fall. 3 for 8 in this one.
So after making 1 in the first quarter, he's now made 2 here in the second. Starting to get it going a little bit.
To snap the cold streak. Counted from distance. He's got 21.
Oh, 5 threes this half. The D can't contain this guy.
Let's go with a 3. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Tim, you've been vocal in your praise for Cade Cunningham, and rightfully so.
Well, BA, on any given night, Cade can be the best player on the floor. He scores, he makes plays, he rebounds, and he processes things quickly. He always seems to be under control.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Count it. He's got 11.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
Launches it. He can't get that one to fall. Gotten 7 shots out of 14 attempts in the second quarter. There's a screen. Rebounded by Arizona.
Yeah, last time against this team, they couldn't stay out of foul trouble, and that really hampered them.
Well, that was called pretty tightly, and I don't think they ever adjusted to the way the game was being called. Big reason why they lost.
Fires the 3. He buries it from 3.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Pulls up on the wing. No good that time.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved he didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Arizona moving it around. And the 3 off target. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
There's a screen. Off target with the 3. Arizona shooting 40% from the field in this one. 1:16 left to play in the half. And again, Arizona no good. Shooting a solid 50% throughout the second. Out to the right wing. Fires for three. They get the rebound. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
Well, that's just a mistake on defense. No one got a body on him.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And there's a pick from the arc. Can't get it to drop.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far. They need this. No good.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, it's simple math. You've got to limit teams to one shot on your defensive end and then give yourself extra possessions when you have the ball.
So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Delivering the blowout. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far. Guys, how can they turn this thing around?
Well, they got to come in the second half angry. Like me. Whenever Shaq shows up late, like he did today.
I've never been late in my life. Anyway, Artie, I do agree with Kenny. They got to show some fire. Well, this thing's over.
Well, we'll just have to see if they can do that.
By the way, Shaq, I told you to get those batteries replaced in your watch. That's going to help you out for sure.
Ernie, I didn't have cash that day.
And switching gears now to that first half. What a difficult start for the Wildcats.
I hate the shots they're taking. I hate them. The team is stubborn, and you have to be willing to adjust, like us with all these new teams that's been added.
Agreed. You can't want to be a long-range sniper. But if you miss the target enough times, you become the victim.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Shooting 61% for the game, knocking them down. Releases. Here's Bradley. Still no points. And on the floor for J.B. Bickerstaff as we get into the second half. For three. Sinks it from distance.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
From behind the arc. Gets the three ball to go. He's got 18.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
That way.
Here's a look at the schedule for Arizona. On Thursday, and then on Sunday. The visitors with the ball. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Lets the three fly. The shot no good. Off with the layup.
You have to love his confidence, but you also need to read the situation.
And the three-pointer goes.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Arizona shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Jacks up a 3. Nails it from 3. 27 points for him.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. The 3-ball sinks the tray.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
For Arizona, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Count the basket.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
I like their offensive approach. They've been aggressive, but under control.
Arizona moving it around. To end the run. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. All right, let's have a look at which team scored the most second chance points in the second half of the season.
This team knows how to get it done on the offensive glass. And ever since the break, they've been putting in work and collecting a nice pile of second chance buckets.
Five to shoot. Off the mark there with a 3. And here's Arizona, and they're deep into this homestand. That'll be game 4 out of 5. A quick shot there. It's off target. Gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thank you, guys. Well, the NBA keeping an open mind. Commissioner Adam Silver said, quote, "This is the only league that plays 48 minutes. I'm a fan of 10-minute quarters. A 2-hour format is more consistent with modern television habits, but it's such a dramatic change. Something like that would have to be talked about over time." Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks for the report. 3-pointer. Doesn't go for him. For Arizona, they've gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Shooting well here in the third, hitting 50% of their shots. From deep. No good. 8 for 12 from the field now. Well, Legs, the last few years, big men have been owning the MVP discussion. Now, enter SGA.
Yeah, and B.A., this is the scariest part. SGA has room to grow. The guy is still in his mid-20s and is arguably the best player in the game.
Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by Arizona. Three-pointer. No good on the shot.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
To the left wing. Fires the 3. That one is off. Arizona shooting just 37% so far in this one. From behind the arc. Can't hit that one.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
They set a pick to the paint. to win the drought. Can't get that one to go. Now he's 8 for 13. Comes up empty down low.
Nothing from the field to speak of so far. Pretty rough shooting night, and now it's affecting the entire team.
To the middle. Oh, swiped away. With the drive. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. That's 29 for him.
And continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. And Legs, more and more, we're seeing teams investing in player development. What's behind that?
Well, for one thing, more teams understand that your development staff doesn't count toward the cap. So you're open-ended in that regard. And there are teams now looking for an edge by investing in areas where they're not constrained.
Winning on the margins, man. Let's check in on the Western Conference standings as the race to the playoffs continues. You take a look at the Wildcats. They're clinging on to the final playoff spot in the conference, trying to improve their position if possible.
You know, for the Wildcats, they could be destined for the play-in. I mean, just one more challenge before the playoffs, but I think they can handle it if it comes to that.
To the wing, right side. To the left side wing. Just 4 to shoot. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. And there's the lob. Got a piece of it. And it's rejected. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Oh, now that was a block. Some much-needed energy there to jumpstart them back into this game.
Gage checked in for Arizona. Here's the three. Connects from downtown. He's got 12.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires for 3. And no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Launches it from deep. Rebounded by Arizona. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Yeah, he gives up a few inches to most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
The 11-footer. That one a little long. Arizona shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Lets it fly. The shot, no good.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
He shoots a three. Gay with a rebound. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Oh, that is not very good. That is just soft defense in the lane.
1:57 left in the third. No good on the three.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Shoots from 14. That one no good. Shooting at about 51% for the game so far in this one. 1:27 left in the third quarter. It doesn't go for him. So it's Arizona now. On the take. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Arizona shooting their second attempt at the line tonight. And Arizona calls time here. So both teams making some changes here. And time now to give some credit to the teams that have been getting after it defensively since the All-Star break.
Back half of the year, they've been much more aggressive in creating turnovers, and their offense has really benefited.
Shooting one.
We've got 1:08 left in the third. Out to the right wing. Two in the cold spell. That one drops for him. He's got 17.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game has gone, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Beyond the arc. Pure from three-point range. Give him 35.
He's scoring the rock at will, but he needs more help from his teammates.
To the paint. Misses off the right iron. So it's Arizona now. Fires the three. That shot no good. And 3/4 of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Delivering the blowout. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The fourth quarter is coming up next. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your two guards share the wealth.
Well, he made the right play. It didn't have to be a highlight reel play, and that's all you can ask from any position.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fires in the triple.
Well, his production is not in question now if he could just get his teammates involved.
And we've heard some coaches complain about short turnarounds on back-to-back legs. Would you like to see more done there?
Well, for those late starts when you arrive at the hotel at 2 or 3 in the morning and you've got to play the next night, those are certainly rough. But I feel like the league has done all they can, eliminating back-to-backs as much as they can. And certainly there's an emphasis on recovery and rest at all costs.
And for Arizona, shoots. Rebounded by Arizona.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end. That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And in recent years, Legs, we're seeing a lot of young teams having success. Also, depth playing big dividends. What's changed?
Well, I think with today's up-tempo style, more players have to cover more ground. It just makes sense that younger, deeper teams are better equipped to handle all that wear and tear.
Young players seem to be more welcome, too, in the NBA culture.
No doubt. They're going to get an opportunity sooner.
To the inside. And he jams it home with authority.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Oh, it's stolen. Puts one up from 19. No good there.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
To the right side. The three is up. From outside the arc. He can't hit that time. For Arizona, they've gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Uses the glass on the layup. He's got 42.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. And miss after miss right now.
Bad offense against bad defense. The play looked as ugly as you'd imagine.
And the basket is good.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Arizona. Just 5 to shoot. Arizona moving it around. Off target from outside. Got nothing to go so far in the fourth. They're 0 for 6. Soft touch off the glass.
Just what they wanted from that possession. A quality look in tight.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. 4-3. And again, Arizona no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Oh, he picked him clean. From 12 feet. The shot comes out. Shooting a solid 47%. Offline with a 3.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
Three-pointer. And he can't get that one. The 3. Rebounded by Arizona. Shot on the wing. From deep. The shot won't fall.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Off target with a fadeaway. And here's Arizona. They're on an 11-2 run. Six on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. He's off on that one. There's a screen. Offline from the top of the key.
That was a breakdown defensively, but he couldn't take advantage.
Good work there as it goes. No one near him. That shot off.
Well, he's over, but they're still winning, and that's really all that matters.
Unloads from 13. Not going to go that time. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Well, he saw the opportunity, and he went for it. I love his competitiveness.
Arizona moving it around. Let's go with a three. That shot missing.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Down low. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
Coaches love to see ball movement, especially when it gets you that kind of look.
Arizona shooting the ball at only 35% here in the fourth quarter. To the wing on the left. Puts up a three. No luck on that one.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
Hey, yo, right here.
Out left to the wing. They set the pick. Takes a 13-footer. Rebounded by Arizona.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
And he banks in the layup.
Coaches loving the ball movement.
Shooting at 45% of the game so far. There's the three. Gets the three to fall.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Yeah, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
Just 5 on the clock. The baseline J. Misses again. Just 4 for 10 from the floor. And there's the screen. Over to the left wing. There's the triple. The shot off that time.
Tonight has just not been his night. It's that simple. Luckily, they have found success elsewhere.
And again for 3.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And while we have a moment here, let's take a look at our player of the game. Someone who really took over and earned this award tonight.
Yeah, and what a game. Now, I'm not taking anything away from him, but I was actually surprised the defense wasn't able to do more, particularly early. By the time they figured it out, it was too late. He really got in a rhythm and got rolling and never took his foot off the accelerator.
Well, you can bet he knows what kind of challenge it is taking on the defending champs. He brought it all to the table tonight. He didn't hold anything back, getting them the win. Shooting at 45% of the game so far. Here's the pick. From 12 feet out, Cash.
And if you get a look like that, you better take advantage of it.
Beyond the arc. No, it's off target.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Clock at 6. And he slams it in one-handed.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Wolverines.
They made the most of the extra rebounds tonight. Helped them out a lot.
Yeah, when you look at these teams, they're both great rebounding clubs. And any night, either one could have the advantage on the boards.
And certainly a point of pride. They've now won 50 games this year.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
I love the shot selection from him right now. He's not settling, and that's why he's shooting at a very high rate.
And again, unable to change momentum here. To the wing on the left. There's 37 seconds left in the final quarter. This one for 3. Drops in the 3.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
Here's Bradley. Takes a 3. The shot no good. And so the road team gets the W in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For reporter Ali LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And time to present our player of the game.